We're going to look at a couple of questions that you might see when it comes to mean, median, and mode now. So we're going to be determining three measures of central tendency. They are the mean, median, mode. And we're going to look at solving problems involving central measures of tendency. So here's the typical type of multiple choice you might see. For which of the following would the median be the best measure of central tendency? Would it be the number of pages in a typical math book, the most requested song at a dance, the middle-ranked person on a basketball team in terms of height, or the typical amount of time an 18-year-old sleeps? Well, if you recall, the median is when you set up data, you set it up from least to greatest or greatest to least. The median represents the middle set of data. So the best answer for this would be, in my opinion, would be C, the middle-ranked person on a basketball team in terms of height. Because it is the middle on the team. If you're looking at the number of pages in a typical math book, you're actually looking for larger numbers, and we're looking for the end number, so it wouldn't be the middle. The most requested song at a dance, again, that's the most common occurring event, so that would probably be the mode. And the typical amount of time an 18-year-old sleeps, that would probably be an average, a mean. So the median would be best determined by the middle-ranked person on a basketball team. Okay, in this example, we're going to calculate the mean, median, and mode for the following set of data. I'm going to start by doing the mean. So recall that the mean is the sum of all of our data divided by the number of data points. So what we're going to have to do is going to have to add all of our data together. 36 plus 31 plus 47 plus 52 plus 29 plus 47 plus 56 plus 66 plus 45 plus 46. Oh, not much of a line there, is it? All right, divided by the number of data points there are. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are 10 data points in this example. So our mean is dividing the sum of all our numbers by the number of numbers there are. So that's 10. So when I calculate this, what I find is that the sum of my numbers is going to be 455. I added 36 plus 31 plus 47 plus 52 plus 29 plus 47 plus 56 plus 66 plus 45 plus 46. And I divide that by 10. So that means my mean is going to be 455 divided by 10, or 45.5. So that's calculating mean. Now I'm going to look at the median. And the median and the mode can both be found using the same initial step. So we're going to do that here. So the initial step in a situation like this is to write my numbers from least to greatest. So the smallest number, the least number here, is 29. And I'm going to cross them off as I go, so I make sure I don't leave any out. Next is 31. Next on my list is 36. Then after 36, I go up to 45. Then 46. 47, 47 again, 52, 56, and 66. So I've rewritten the numbers in order from least to greatest. There's still 10 digits there. Okay, so now to find my median, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start lopping off the numbers one by one until I get to the very middle. So I've cut off the end ones, so I'm just going to underline them. So I cut off the end ones, then I'm one in from there, and then I am next to 36 and 52. Then we got 45 and 47, and then we got 47 and 47. All right, so what we're going to notice is that our median is between two numbers because we actually have 10 data points here. So recall that when you have a median of an even number of numbers, an even amount of numbers, you have to get the mean of the middle two numbers. So I'm going to get 46 plus 47 divided by 2. That'll tell me my median. So that equals 93 divided by 2, which works out to 46.5. So my median is equal to 46.5. What that tells me is that half of my information, half of my data is less than 46.5, and we can see that's true. We have 5 data values that are less than 46.5, and half of my data values are greater than 46.5, which again I see right here. So half of my data is less than 46.5, and half of it is greater than 46.5. Try this drawing again. Half it's less than 46.5, half it's greater than 46.5. Next, I'm going to find the mode of my data. I have my data lined up from least to greatest, so it's in order. So the mode is the most commonly occurring number. 29 appears once, 31 appears once, 36 once, 45, 46, 52, 56, and 66 all appear just once in this set of data. But what you may notice, is that 47 appears twice. So 47 would be my mode. So what I have is my mean is equal to 45.5. My median is equal to 46.5. And my mode is equal to 47. Okay, so the next example. A swimming coach orders team suits. The sizes are needed. These sizes are needed, apologies. You can see the list of the sizes needed for the swimsuits. Create a frequency table to show the data. Okay, so here is my table. I've got to fill it out. So what I'm going to do is every time I have a certain size, I'm going to write it on the left side as a tally, and then when I'm done, I'm going to add them together and determine the frequency. So I'm going to start with a 6, so I have 1, 6, and again I'm going to cross them off to make sure that I don't miss anything out. And also the sizes are as low as 4 and as high as 14. I knew that in advance, so I drew my table from 4 to 14. So I have a size 14. I have a size 12. A 10. And so forth. And I'll continue doing this table. I'll stop the recording while I do that. So I've completed my tallies here. And that tells me my frequency table that I have 1 size 4, I have 3 size 6s, I have 6 size 8s, 4 size 10s, 3 size 12s, and 1 size 14. So that's my frequency table. What is the mode for the data set? The mode is the most commonly occurring number. So I'm going to go back here to the table. Which number appeared the most frequently? It's right here, the size 8. There were 6 size 8s. So the mode for this set of data is equal to an 8. Is mode the best way to represent the typical suit size worn by a swimmer? Explain. Well, in my opinion, yes, for this example, because the typical suit size would be the size worn most often. And size 8 appears to be the most often worn suit in this case. So mode represents the most commonly occurring. So yes, mode represents the most commonly occurring size, which would be what a typical suit size would be, the most commonly occurring. So typical means most common. So to summarize, there are 3 measures of central tendency: the mean, the median, and the mode. The mode is the number that appears most often. The median is your middle number, or in the case of an even number of data set, in your data set, an even number of terms, it's the average of the 2 middle numbers. And the mean is the average. In other words, we add the terms together, then divide by the number of terms. I should say of, not if. Okay.